Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Ray here, not back for another Transformers transformation review thingy, no. But actually, this is a response to Neil's video that Team Decepticon, that he put up like in 1964. Sorry, Neil, it was a long time ago, and I said that I would do a response, and I said I would do it yesterday. So that's why I'm doing it today. This is the love-hate thing, and this is not. I normally don't do these things because why do I want to tell you why? I don't even know why. I don't normally like to tell people about my stuff, about me, kind of in this kind of virtual way. I'll tell you anything at all to your face, that's fine. But just this odd virtual way, it just seems so. It's fine, it works for some people, but it makes me go a little bit like that. So, love hate. I can tell you about that because I know what I like and I know what I don't like in the Transformers universe. Thank you very much. Now, there's a few. Yes, there is a few. And I actually had to make a list. There's a front and a back of an A4. I can't read my own writing. It's freaking awful. Look at the state of that. So Neil, better late than never, isn't that what they say? I believe that's what they say. I was there when they said it, so that's what they say. So let's just get right off then to the first thing. Now, this is in no particular order other than the order that it spilled out of my brain. So we'll see how far we get. The first one I have is repaints. I'm a hate repaints. I'm a hate a lot of repaints. I'm a hate particularly now the recent incarnation of Sea Spray. It was absolutely fucking gorgeous, man. And it was like, oh my god, they have listened to us. And then they bring out Deep Dive, and it's just like, no, they haven't. What? You know, that's what it makes me do. That's what it makes me do. Mind wipe. You know, the generations, whatever, mind wipe. Oh my god, they've listened to us. Strafe. What? You know, and even worse, bludgeon. Oh, how sexy is this toy? And then they bring out the Banzai-tron, and it's like, well, no, they've just cheapened the bludgeon. They've pissed on my fucking chips. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They bring out these awesome bots, and then they repaint them because they're awesome. Excuse me, the same man has bludgeon and Banzai-tron. If they would at least, I mean, let's talk about mind wipe and strafe. If they would at least change the freaking head, you know, at least just that tiny little thing, because then we can kind of get behind it. I mean, whenever you have someone like the wonderful Lord Straxus, what's they call him, Dark Mount, that's another thing. And they repaint him as Skullgrin. He's a different color, but not only that, he's got a different head. I bought him because his head was different and because he looked absolutely fantastic. It's just the idea that we think, and we do, and I'm guilty of it, that I think it's okay to buy a bot that's a different color and it's a different character, that I think it's okay to do that. I actually really don't think it's okay to do that. I'd much rather have a new strafe, a completely new strafe, than a repaint of Mindwipe. But you know what? It's cheaper for them to do it, isn't it? So I kind of feel that we're cheapening. I feel, excuse me, that I'm cheapening myself and my love of Transformers. I'm not diminishing in it. I'm not diminishing it at all, but I'm cheapening it by going, it's different color, it's a different bot, it is, it isn't, it is, you know, I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable. Especially when they don't go out of the way to make it even a tiny bit different. If they just recolor it, they can go sit on it. Yeah, so that was that. Now, sometimes it works. Sometimes it really, really works. Sometimes it really works. For example, you think of Transmel 2 Megatron to Cryotech. We all want it. We all want both of them. Recently, the one that's really worked for me, which is Lockdown and Axer, because we've had a repaint there and we've had a remold, new head. Like I say, we don't always get new heads. That works. I like it. But see, it brings in because you always have to think about continuity, and you always have to think about canon and mythology, and how do you reconcile canon and mythology along with the fact that these two things look the same. Doesn't. Name changes. I won't be dwell too long in this. Fallback. Who? No, Outback. Why didn't they call him Outback? I don't know why they didn't call him Outback. Could they have lost the rights to that name? I don't know. Shockwave, Shock Blast. Maybe they lost the rights to the name. Maybe they did. Darkmount and Straxus. I mean, come on, come on. Maybe they looked at their figures and decided it was too much. Pay the fuckers. It will make all those people who looked at it and thought, I'm not buying it because it's called Darkmount and not Straxus. They'll buy it. I mean, we bought it because, I'm not a purist. I'm not a purist. Hey, I buy repaints, Fine. Next thing on the list. I have got to piss some people off. Movie toys. And in particular, car formers. That may not come as no surprise. Particularly, Earth car formers. I don't care. I really don't care. I would like to see one or two per line because I'm not interested. I can go outside now and I can see a car. I can see lots of cars rolling down the street, and I don't care if we get any other continuity, any new continuity or not that has an Earth car former. Very different from something that's extremely stylized or Cybertronian. If it's Cybertronian and it's four wheels, I'm happy with that. No problem. Don't have a problem with that. Earth cars, I don't care. It's just so pedestrian. It's so pedestrian. More than that, I'm not a fan of the movie toys anyway. I don't collect them religiously in the way that I do all the others. Every other continuity apart from those, I want every single one of them, but not the movie toys. I don't like their aesthetic. I don't like the way they look. They're not fun to transform. They're quite often too complicated for their own good. Optimus Prime, leader class, anyone. Both modes look fantastic. He's a pain in the cornholio to transform. Now, out of all those things, I'm going to bring them all together in one friendly word: Bumblebee. Don't want to see any more Bumblebees ever. Had enough of them. He makes me sick. Next on the list. We'll get to the good stuff later. I'm going to end on the high note. It's the good stuff. Paracore Combiners. What the fuck? The 2-packs I can just about get behind, although I think the bot and the alt mode is severely compromised in order to accommodate that 5-pack. You see this 5-pack thing with the drones? No, don't like it. I got the Dinobots. The Dinobots are my favorite. I will not be getting any of those. I got one as a present, the Combaticons. It's a bit crap. It's whatever. And then they go and repaint the limbs as well. They go and repaint the drones, and they're nameless Autobots or Decepticons, and they don't stay together well, and they don't look like bots. They look like someone has made. It looks like someone has tried to make a man out of wire coat hangers. What the? I don't care. I don't care. Take it away. Next, please, for God's sake. Sorry, I don't really sound so violent, but it's just the way I get when I talk about these things. Neil, what have you done to me? I'm a pussycat. Next one, bad joints. Joints that fall off, joints that don't want to stay on, new joints that are badly judged because they might be cheaper or something like that. Oh, for God's sake, and they fall off. Who's the fucker that keeps falling off? I mean, for example, Skybite. I'm gonna forgive that quite a few things because it's Beast Wars and I love my Beast Wars, but shit falls off that. I don't want, but they've learned a lot since then. I don't want new bots where bits pop off. I really don't want to see that. Now, who am I thinking of? Recently, there are a few that when I go to transform them, I thought, well, I'll just take this bit off now. I know. Darkmount, Straxus. He's not easy to transform. It should be quite straightforward, but the bits love to pop off them. I just wish they wouldn't. The other thing that comes off, I hate fists and things that come up, but we haven't seen that for a long time. You know, the Seekers, the Generation 1 Seekers, but I love them, really, you know. Shell formers, that's a given. No one likes shell formers, you know. It's really, you could take an egg and call it scrambled econ, open it up and have the bot fall out of it, and have these things on this. What, you know? That's laziness. That's not a transformer, it's a pencil case. You know? Next thing, bad plastic. Like Neil said, it seemed that the quality, while the detail has increased, definitely the detail has increased, the complexity has increased. With that, the quality of the plastic has decreased exponentially. So you're getting a lot of modern transformers, more and more these days as the oil. I don't know. Is that what it is? Oil prices are going up, of course. What are they going to do in about 30 years' time when there's no oil? What are they going to make them out of? Wood? They'll have used up all the fucking trees. They're going to make them out of, I don't know, leather, paper. What's So the plastic's getting thinner and more brittle. Rodimus and Cyclonus 2-pack of recent is case in point. It's not exclusive. Bad plastic is not exclusive to that, but that's the case in point. I don't like it. I think it's going to break. It doesn't feel. I like that soft, waxy feel that Generation 1 has. Love it. Even Beast Wars has it. The Unicron trilogy has it. You know, with the Christus, we got a little on a little bit. The movie toys don't. The movie toys do not have it, but they are more complex and their joints are going to be thinner. But still, it's very bendy. I think sometimes I don't want to break this. Firing missiles. I don't want firing missiles. That happens less and less these days. Which Generation 1 is particularly guilty for that. But it still happens. Do you know what? I think there's some conspiracy. Maybe they want the missiles to fire out so that us crazy diehard collectors will go, well, I've lost the missile because it's gone down the sink or the cat's eaten it or something like that. I'm just going to have to buy it again. You know, that could be the case. I always want to go back and talk about bad joints. The recent Terradive thing, who's incredibly beautiful, with that joint where his wings get loose, wings fall off. Same with the Rodimus. It's this kind of it's a screw which isn't really a screw. It's just a friction plug that you push in. It should be more competent. Should be more competent. So all these things I'm talking about are bot related. I just want to make a tiny little mention about something that isn't bot related because I don't know much about anything that isn't bot related. That characters and whatever, you know, that's fine. You know, I'm not the guy to talk about it there. Most animated Transformers series just are, I find this disappointing. Generation 1 is wonderful but crap. At times it's crap, but it's often extremely wonderful. Um, that's me being extremely nostalgic. The Beast Wars, all the Beast stuff is stand clear gorgeous. The animated stuff is stand clear lovely. The Prime stuff is wear me thin. I'm a little dull with it, I have to say. It doesn't do an awful lot for me. The Japanese series, it's like someone inserting sparklers, firecrackers into my brain. I cannot handle it. I can't handle it. There's too much of nothing going on. The Unicron trilogy is awful. It really is awful. Didn't like it. I got through Cybertron. It was quite painful, Jer, wasn't it really? So, I mean, I was just being very negative there for 14 minutes. So I'll be positive. I love Dragonformers. I love Dragonformers and winged creatures, bats, birds, anything like that. I love a creature that flies, whether it be mythical or not. Love that. Dragons are just great. The best Transformers are Dragonformers. Cryotech. Transmel 2 Megatron. Absolutely love it. Top 10? No. Possibly top 5. Almost certainly top 5. Maybe even both of them. Doesn't matter that they're different colors. I love anything that flies. Anything. I love the air razors of the world. Anything that turns into a bat. Night Scream. Oh God, I love that big old Night Scream. Very, very nice. Love it. Thank you. We like those. There aren't enough of those. We don't see them lately. We just do not see them. There was something else I wanted to say. Oh, I've got to go back. Got to go back and talk about this little movie toy thing that I'm generally concerned, worried about the direction that Transformers are going. It seems to be that all we're getting of late, the way it's going, is that the number of Autobots that are becoming cars is increasing and increasing and increasing, and we're getting less of any Autobots that are anything but cars. That worries me because the it limits uh their, actually, what's the word? Eclecticism? Yes, something like that. So it means we're only going to get in car formers, and I don't like car formers anyway. So I'm worried about that because I don't want to see the Autobots only becoming cars, especially Earth, four-wheeled Earth cars. I'm really worried about that. And the Decepticons, while I've always preferred the Decepticons anyway, they're getting the best tunes. They're getting the planes. They're getting the crooked tankers. They're getting the Cybertronian vehicles, all kinds of other things like that. I'm worried about the way that's going. I don't want a generation of kids growing up to think that, well, Autobots are all meant to be cars. Cars are Autobots. If we get anything that's not a car, then it's not an Autobot. If it's not an Autobot, then it's not a car. So the toy companies are only going to start putting out cars. Ooh, I'd hate to see that. I hate to see that. That's a genuine concern. Genuine concern. Ah, what also I love is classic iterations of recognizable G1 characters, contemporary iterations of G1 characters, be they masterpiece or otherwise. I love the fact that we can get a masterpiece Grimlock. I love the fact that we can get a masterpiece Rodimus Prime. And even in the universe, I love what universe does, what the universe line does. It harks back and it gives us a fantastic Sunstreaker and a Sideswipe. They're repaints, but they are remolds and they have something else. If you have them, then you'll know what that is. I love the fact that that happens. And again, it's probably just because I was around the first time around. It's me being very, very daring. And I like to see these classic characters. Even Bumblebees. Now and again, one please per iteration, please one. I love those classic iterations. Nice, I like that. They look good in the collection. They look really good because I think those characters and the molds and the alt modes and the bots, they stand the test of time and they will always look good. They will always be current. I mean, who's going to remember what are the classic movie toys? Does anybody know what the classic movie toys are? I don't. Big toys. I love a big toy. Unicron. Love even big primes, big Megatrons. Love all those things. Night Scream, big Night Scream, Omega Supreme. Just love a big toy. They look imposing and they go clunk, 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 click when you transform them. Love that. Just love that because they make a lot of sound. They take up a lot of space. Sometimes they have lights. They have wonderful little gimmicks like those big toys. Oh, one of my favorites. One of my favorite things. Proper triple changers. There's some of these tertiary modes you get in the Beast Wars Transmetal 2 thing. They can go and sit in that. I don't care for them. Some of them really work. Triple Changers 3 is the magic number. Just love that. Particularly when it goes bot, beast, mech. Oh! Those early Triple Changers, Octane, Astro Train, Blitzwing, Sandstorm, and Springer, and the other one. No, Broadside isn't so bad. And the Hurricanes, Apeface, and Snapdragon, love it. And when we seen the Triple Changer in the animated line, I love that little Blitzwing. Love that little Blitzwing. We're not getting enough good Triple Changers these days. They aren't coming about. Maybe it's some classic Triple Changers. Bring them back. Hey, you're going to buy them. I'm going to buy them. Bring them back. I love that. Absolutely adore it. I love cool gimmicks on a toy as well. This is the next thing. Love really cool gimmicks. Here's some of my favorite. When I first got Wolfang or Howlinger or K9, whatever you want, well, any of those three, little deluxe figure, which you don't expect an awful lot of. His tail becomes a gun. His back becomes a shield. He has missiles that form part of his torso that you can take out. They have a housing which is good, and you can put them into the tail weapon. Love it. Absolutely love that. As well as gimmicks, I love any bot that has a sword. I can take or leave a gun. One gun looks the same to me. Bigger guns I find less interesting than smaller guns because bigger guns take up cool space where smaller guns, you can secrete them anywhere. I love a sword. I love I love anything other than that. I love a trident. Oh God, terror! I love an axe. Things like that. Nice. I love melee weapons. I love those gimmicks on gimmicks. The Primal Prime gimmick that I think he was an RID Primal Prime. He's obviously Beast Machines, which he was meant to be, of course. He's got this disc that fires from his waist that makes a sound. He lights up. He speaks. He says a couple of things. The bot says something different from the beast. His sound changes whenever you fly him about. It's great, this kind of whatever little gimmick inside allows him the backpack to make different sounds. He punches. He just spring loaded arm, and he'll say "Ya chow." Love gimmicks. Love lots of detailed gimmicks. That's pretty cool. What's that? G? Oh yes, okay. I love G1. And this is just my favorite iteration, my favorite continuities in this order are going to be G1, the Beast era, the Unicron trilogy, then Universe, and the movie line are way down, way down there. God, I went on for a while, didn't I? I thought it was going to be short. Neil, see what you done to me, you bad man. So, ladies and gentlemen, love and hate. Just because I said I would, and that's the only reason. Neil, I have enjoyed this. I feel a little bitter and a little better. Bitter and better at the same time. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.